There are seasons when the world feels loud. Headlines compete for our attention, opinions sharpen, everything seems urgent. And yet, just outside the door, something entirely different is happening. The hellebores are opening, not dramatically, not in defiance, not as a symbol. They simply open. The garden does not ignore trouble. It does not solve it either, but it continues. And that continuation matters. There is something profoundly steady about stepping into a space that measures time differently. The news cycle moves by the hour. The garden moves by temperature, by light, by soil warming a single degree at a time. You cannot rush a bud into bloom by worrying at it. You cannot argue a seed into germination. You prepare the ground, you tend what is in front of you, and you wait. And that waiting is not passive, it is attention. When I walk through the garden in difficult moments, I notice small things I might otherwise miss. The exact shade of green on new growth, the way last year's stems still hold structure, the sound of wind moving through dormant branches. These are not grand revelations, they're reminders. Life is still proceeding, quietly and persistently. There's joy here, but not the loud, celebratory kind. It's not fireworks, it's not spectacle, it's steadiness. It's the satisfaction of pruning a rose properly, knowing that months from now it will answer back with bloom. It's the first insect returning. It's soil that smells alive. Gardening does not remove uncertainty from the world. Weather changes, plants fail, frost comes late. Something always surprises you, but you participate anyway. And that participation is its own form of hope. In troubled times, we are often pulled into abstraction, big problems, distant arguments, forces beyond our control. The garden narrows the frame. Here's the bed, here's the plant, and here is today's work. Not everything needs to be solved at once. Sometimes it is enough to notice that the crocus pushed through the cold ground without asking permission. Sometimes it's enough to kneel down, put your hands in the soil, and remember that growth is rarely dramatic in the moment it happens. It's incremental and layered, often invisible until suddenly it isn't. The garden does not promise that everything will be fine. It offers something much quieter. It offers continuity, participation, and a place where your care has a visible effect. And in a world that often feels fractured, that small, tangible exchange between effort and response can steady you. Joy in times like these is not about ignoring what is difficult. It's about refusing to surrender your capacity to notice what is still good. The buds forming, the light shifting, the simple fact that life, against odds, against noise, keeps unfolding. So step outside, not to escape, but to remember there is still beauty here, and you are allowed to feel it.